Some big breaking news coming in on the Air India P-Gate fallout. Airline regulator fines Air India. 30 lakh penalty slapped on Air India over P-Gate. The pilot in command of the flight has been suspended for 3 months. 3 lakh fine on Air India director of in-flight services. This is a quick course correction. As we see, the airport authority has slapped a fine of 30 lakh rupees on Air India. This is a P-Gate fallout. Airline regulator now fines Air India of 30 lakh as penalty. In fact, the pilot in command of the flight has been suspended for 3 months. 3 lakh fine on Air India director of in-flight services. Milind Sharma joining us live for a little more. Milind, the airline regulator has pulled up Air India, the national airline, and slapped a fine of 30 lakh rupees. Owing to the P-Gate fallout. A lot of blame also on Air India for not ensuring that the passengers are safe and that they are treated in a way they should be. Why exactly has the airline regulator there suspended the pilot for 3 months, we believe? We also hear that the services in charge of the airline has also been fined of 3 lakh rupees. Tell us the fault of Air India as the airline while they dealt with this P-Gate case.
Well, Nabila, there was a statement that was issued by Air India as well on this yesterday. The entire case of Shankar Mishra, the P-Gate scandal that erupted in the flight. Investigations have revealed that the Air India staff was perhaps incompetent to have sprung into action and deterred this passenger from drinking too much. Of course, there were repeated questioning and investigations that were happening at the behest of the DGCA to check what was Air India's role in averting this disaster from happening, and that has been found to be very dismal as an airline, which is why today the DGCA has slapped this 30 lakh fine on Air India. Of course, the license has also been suspended there, and this is a strict inquiry that has come from the DGCA. The passenger has already been put on the no-fly list. Just yesterday, Shankar Mishra has already been banned from flying for 4 months, by the central authorities there, and that is, the crux of the entire matter at this moment in the P-Gate Air India scandal there, Nabila.
But we see, Milind, 30 lakh rupees is fine. That's how much that they've been pulled up. Could you tell us on what levels has Air India, the airline itself, failed to adequately deal with a situation like this? We believe the lady there who was peed upon allegedly has complained to the airline staff. They didn't quite deal with it with the urgency they should have, and eventually let the man go scot-free. So these were the lapses, but anything more glaring that we don't know of?
No, of course, see, the police was questioning after the matter was filed with the authorities. They questioned the co-pilot, the captain, as well as the crew members and staff of Air India that were present at the moment. Of course, the pilot having written to the air traffic control, still the ATC had not taken any cognizance of the matter as well. And this matter, when it was reported, was not really looked into by the authorities of the airline. There was adjustment that was reached between the two parties at the moment, where the lady and the man having paid her a measly amount of 15,000 rupees, and that was settled. But then this does not end there, because such kind of incidences are a blot on the flight carrier of India, Air India, and that is why the matter was taken to the higher authorities once the lady's daughter had complained that this is the kind of treatment that is meted out to passengers who pay to fly in this airline. Of course, Shankar Mishra then completely defiant with his lawyers also, trying to turn the case over and making this a victim blaming and shaming case against the lady there. But at the aviation ministry's level and at the level of the aviation minister Jyotiraditya Scindia, all details were looked into, and which is why today the Director General of the Civil Aviation has filed this heavy fine of 30 lakh rupees on Air India for lapses, for not having reported the case on time, for the flight attendants not being being in cognizance of the matter and not handling the matter in the way that it was supposed to be handled.
You know, and we also see that Air India's crew has also filed a detailed report to the airport authority. In that, a lot of their points that they've made in that complaint very contradictory to what the complainant has said. So this also now casting a shadow on the credibility of the case all in all. But what's the concrete conclusion here to this entire case as we see? Different opinions, but a conclusive report on this case. What does it suggest?
Well, I think, you know, at one hand, the case that has been filed in court is still ongoing. But this is the action at the level of the Civil Aviation Ministry, which is Director General of Civil Aviation. So they also were looking into the entire matter. They had to take cognizance as being the overarching body for the Aviation Ministry. And it is from their side that they have actually taken this action.
Right.
The court case goes on at a separate and parallel level. Of course, you know, because the Air India airline was, you know, is the place where the offence had happened. The cognizance had to be taken, and of course, Air India, being under scanner, was also, you know, under investigation of the DGCA, and now finally they have been slapped with a fine for perhaps not acting in time or in tune to what was supposed to be done to help this passenger face absolute level of embarrassment. And plus now, because this case on the court side has become a case of victim shaming, with Shankar Mishra's lawyer blaming the lady as well for what has happened. Of course, it's a blame game that has come back and tarnishing the image of the national carrier. That's why the DGCA has taken this action, and the co-pilot also, his license has been suspended. Shankar Mishra, meanwhile, on the no-flying list for 4 months.
All right. Thank you very much, Milan, for joining us on that.